Hi everybody, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I have a cute card I'm going to share with you guys today. I'm going to be using the Country Road Clearmount stamp set. This has some very pretty images in it. I'm a country gal. That's how my home is decorated, is the primitive decoration. This kind of stamp set just really speaks to me. I just really like it a lot. So the inks that we're going to use today is Early Espresso and Crumb Cake, and I am going to ink around the edges of my card, so you're going to need a sponge if you want to make this card. I'm also going to use the new metallic brads that is in the new catalog. We're going to use some linen thread, and you're just going to need your basic adhesives. I'm going to use some mini glue dots, some Stampin' Dimensionals, and snail. And then I'll go ahead and show you the card I'm going to make. And this is where I used the brads at. I just think it's super cute, and it's just so cute to send to a friend, I think. It says, "Nothing's better than the wind at your back, the sun at your face, and your family by your side." And I couldn't agree with that more. So our card base is Crumb Cake, and I'm just going to go ahead and give this one a quick score while I have it here. And this piece is cut by 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 5 1/2. I'm just going to go ahead and layer as I'm talking to you guys. The next layer is Early Espresso, and this one is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some snail on the back. We'll have a super quick video today. It won't take very long at all to get this card done. We're just going to layer that on there. And then my next layer is Cherry Cobbler, and this piece is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. And then we'll just layer that on there. Just trying to make sure every layer that we put down, we're trying our best to center it the best that we can. And then the next layer is Crumb Cake, and it's 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And you know what? I layered those. I did ink around the edges with those, with these as well on my original card. And I almost forgot, but I'm just going to go ahead and we'll just pick up right here where I left off. It'll show up more on the Crumb Cake anyway, but I did do the, in this card, I did do the Early Espresso and the Cherry Cobbler piece. I just did it all. So we'll just go around the edge like that. And it still looks fine, even though I didn't do the Cherry Cobbler. Okay, and then we'll just center this piece like so. And then we're just going to go ahead and stamp our image on our piece of Very Vanilla. And this piece of Very Vanilla is cut at 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Okay, I'm just going to grab my piercing mat so that way I have a good image to stamp under. I don't want to stamp directly on a hard surface. You just get a much better image if you use something soft underneath the Clearmount stamps, I think. So I didn't want, if you look at the image, it's kind of angled. I didn't want that on there, so I'm just going to stamp kind of off the paper a little bit. And then this one I just kind of brought in, and this one I did kind of turn because I didn't want to overlap too much. 1 or 2 is fine, but I didn't want it to overlap a lot. And then I'm just going to go ahead and ink up the sentiment, and we're just going to put it right there in the corner. And I went ahead and did that one in Crumb Cake. On this one I did it in Early Espresso, but I decided to change it up. I felt like this was just a little bit too dark for that, so I kind of wanted it to blend a little bit more. So we'll just move that out of the way. And then I have a strip of just scrap Very Vanilla, and we're just going to take our star and we're going to ink that up in Early Espresso. And we're just going to stamp that down. And then I'm just going to grab my Simply Chamois to clean that off really quick. And the one thing you just want to make sure before you stamp again that I'm just going to grab a Kleenex. I don't have a paper towel, but you just want to make sure that there's no water. And since I'm directly going to stamp right again, I'm just going to make sure that it was dry. Okay, and then I'm going to leave that one open because we are going to ink around the edge of our Very Vanilla, the base that we're going to put on. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And you can totally omit this step if you don't like this look. Or you can go ahead and do it, and you can do it as much as bright or dark or light that you like. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut these in half because I just went ahead and fussy cut them out. And it's super quick to just go around these stars. And you can go as close, you can leave a little bit around the edge if you choose, or you can just cut right up against the star. It's up to you. Okay, and then I'm just going to come back in and kind of get that point off there. And then let's do the same thing with this one. And then I am going to ink around these as well, just to kind of rustic it up a little bit. And I am going to try to get back on somewhat of a normal schedule. A long time ago, I was trying to do post 2 videos a week, and I kind of had set days that I would do them on, and I kind of got away from. I'm doing so many online card classes, I'll be honest with you. It's really keeping me busy, keeping those going, and doing the videos and the PDFs and just everything that entails. I do weekly Facebook Lives, and from doing those I have gained a lot of new customers and people that take my classes, so now it takes me a tad bit longer to get everything cut and everything repackaged and that kind of thing for my customers. But I'm still going to try to squeeze in Facebook because I miss posting every week for you guys on that. So I'm going to try to get back to doing that. So I'm just going to take my linen thread, and I'm just going to put a little strip of snail right here, and that's just going to hold that first piece down for me. I'm just going to wrap it around like that and see how that holds that. And then that just kind of frees up to be able to wrap the other one around. I'm just going to try to, before I cut it, I'm just going to try to get it kind of where I want it. And then I'm just going to cut that just a little bit longer than I want it. And I'm going to do the same thing back here. I'm just going to put that piece of linen thread right there like that. Then I like to double up the linen thread when I'm going to make my bows, because I feel like if you just tie just with one piece of the linen thread, you tie a bow, it just doesn't show up that well. So I always do mine like that, and then I just cut it so I have 2 strips, and then I just make my bow. Okay, let's try it again. Every time I try to do these when I'm doing a video, they don't turn out. If I'm just making it for my sample card, I have no issues with them. Okay, now the trick here is going to be to find both of my ends so I can pull on them. And there's those, so let's just pull that one down. And then I like to just try to make sure that I have both of them about the same size, and that looks really good. Now I am just going to clean up the ends like that. Okay. And I'm just going to, I'm going to pull this one down just a little bit more and trim that one off just a little, just a bit. Okay. Then I'm going to take a mini glue dot and just pick one of them up and lay it right on the linen thread, and then lay my bow right there on top of that. And then we'll just put this on some more snail on the back. And we're just going to center that like so. Then I'm going to take my 2 stars that we just did, and I'm going to take my piercing tool, and you just want to be really careful. Don't keep your finger behind there because you don't want to stab your finger. But I'm just going to pierce the center of my stars just so those brads will slip in there a little bit easier. And these come in different sizes, so I want to grab one of the gold ones and one of the bronze colored ones, I think. Okay. And then you're just going to squeeze that right in there, and then just open the back up like so. And then you can just maneuver the wings, so that they don't show. Turn them, whatever you need to do to make, there we go. And then I'm going to grab a dimensional, and I just placed it right over the back. Peel that off, and then I just placed one right there on the card. And then we're just going to take the other one, do the same thing. You're just going to pop it right through the back, and then this one might be a little bit harder for me to see. No, it's not. My vision's not the greatest, so opening these is not the easiest task. But if you can get your fingernail in there like that, it makes it much easier. And then let's grab another dimensional right on the back, peel that off, and then we're just going to place it right there at the top. Okay, there you guys go. Make sure that you head over to my blog, and I'll have a downloadable PDF for you guys. Thanks so much for stopping by. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and please hit the like button. Thanks, guys.